It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So let me address first the question you're all going to ask, and that is, Alan, where can I get one of those super cool gangster LCN hats that you're wearing right there? Now, this is what's called a snapback, and I've been told that these don't really fit my facial features very well. I've been told that by a couple of people. So anyway, I also have trucker hats if you guys like that, but I'm not going to wear this for any more of this video because, again, I'm kind of self-conscious about that. If you like this hat or you want t-shirts or anything else, click the link in the description below where you can go to the Lawn Care Nut shop and check out some cool swag for yourself. Dude, you like my snapback hat, don't you? You think it's cool. I know you do. Anyway, as you can probably see up there behind me, this is my Christmas light video for the year. Now, I've actually been filming this over the last several weeks. So as you guys may or may not know, I actually had to start over this year with my Christmas lights just because what I had brought down from Indiana was kind of getting old and broken. And, you know, I just didn't have enough for this house, and I've been wanting to upgrade anyway. So the normal lights that I'm doing right around the roof line there, the shingle and gutter stuff, those are actually C9s. Let me show you a little bit about those. So I'm gonna tell you the first thing I do when I open a new pack is I go on and I remove the fuses. Don't leave these on. Take these off. You're gonna need these someday. You're gonna need to replace them. I probably every year or so I have to replace, 2 or 3 fuses. So you'll want to know where those are so you can get to them very easily. And of course the fuses are just housed right under here. So you want to take those off and then keep those stored somewhere where you can get to them. Okay, real quick, in the interest of being thorough, these are the clips that I recommend. And the reason that I recommend these clips right here is because they're the most durable, and they're also gonna help keep the cords the most organized on the roof, which helps keep the spacing. Now keep in mind that the way we do Christmas lights is that every single light gets its own clip. That's how we're able to keep things clean, simple, and classy because everything is perfectly spaced. These are 8-inch spaced, by the way. I think that's pretty much standard. You can get them in 12s, but when you get 12s, I think they look a little bit too far apart, too sparse. 8s are just about right. You can see every light individually, and again, they look super clean and super classy, evenly spaced. So every light gets a clip. That's how you're able to get them so perfect along the roof line. With that, we use shingle and gutter clips. These are the clips that I have always preferred. However, other styles you may see are these. I got these, I think at a Lowe's one year. I hate these, they're horrible. The way that these work is you clip it in like that, and it kind of holds it, and then so it can slide underneath a shingle like that, or it can go upright like this and down on top of a gutter. But either way, these, they don't hold. They end up getting slippery, stuff gets like this and that, and they're all over the place. Not a good design. And then there's these are even worse. These are like universal kind of clips, and when they come, this is like attached right here, like this, and you have to break it off, and then you have to put it in this hole. So you have like all of this you have to do on these clips, and when you're putting up several hundred lights, this can take a while. And then there's the clip, right? And then it's supposed to hold the light, and that looks good, but this is too flimsy and it won't hold up, and this ends up moving. So if you're clipped onto some shingles like that, this will end up moving up or around, and you'll have them all out of whack. And then if you yank on the strings too much, these come disconnected. So again, I don't recommend those clips either. For this application, these are the best ones. The devil is in the details, and saving you frustration is my #1 goal. So this is another string I have. I would have taken these off, by the way, but all right. The first thing is that every single clip, this is a hard and fast rule. The way that you string these clips is that this notch right here in the back of the clip is designed to hold, or designed to accommodate, this natural clip that's on. And I don't even know why they still put these on lights. I don't even know if anybody uses them. I never have. Hard and fast rule is that they go on this way. Boom, just like that. That way, now the cords can sit nice and snug right at the back of the clip, and that's what this little notch is for, is to accommodate that. And you'll see it when we get on the roof. Everything strings up really, really nicely and perfect. Whether you're gonna slide them underneath a shingle or on top of a gutter, you can see that the cords and everything runs nice and clean right through the clip. That's very important. So that's hard and fast rule number one, is that's exactly how you string them. Hard and fast rule number two is that you're gonna add all of these clips, obviously, in the warmth of your garage or in your house or whatever, ahead of time, because you don't wanna be up on a cold roof. And trust me, when I lived in Indiana, I understand what it's like to string Christmas lights when it's 30 degrees outside. It's much nicer here in Florida where it's in the 70s and I can still wear flip-flops. But with that, you wanna make sure that you string consistently from string to string. And when I say that, that means wherever you start adding the clips, knowing that this is your hard and fast rule, wherever you start from, whatever end, you have to consistently start from that end on all strings, or these will not line up. So what I'm saying is, for me, for example, when I went and put all my new clips on, I started at the female end every single time, and then I put the clips on this way. That way, when I get up on the roof and I run out of one string and have to bring in another string, the clips are sitting consistently. Let me show you what happens if you don't do that. Remember, we're creatures of habit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of form like an assembly line, because you're gonna do a bunch of these. So you're, like me, for example, I crank this way, right? I move that way. So the way it would work for me is, and what you're gonna find is that not all of these factory clips face the same way. See how that one is naturally facing that way? That one is naturally facing that way. That one's naturally to the side. This one is naturally to the side. You know, they're kind of going to be all over, so you're going to have to move them and adjust them, because you have to keep things consistent. So that's the first thing. And so then the second thing is you're going to kind of form this habit. So the habit for me is I move them this way and I pop the clip on like this. Right? There it is. And then I move to the next one and then I pop the clip on, and I do that all the way down the line. Okay? So now that means that the clips are sitting that way. Now let me show you what would happen is if you kept that same mentality, but you started at the other end, at the male end, because you weren't paying attention. Okay, so here I have the male end, but I'm a creature of habit, so I'm gonna still move that same direction, right? So here I go. I'm gonna move that way, I'm gonna torque this over, and I'm gonna put the clip on it, right? I'm gonna move this way, I'm gonna torque that, put the clip on it. Move this way, put the clip on it. Good to go? Okay, now let's see how that lines up, male to female. Female, and then here comes the male, because this is over, right? So we got to go to the next one in the line. So we're going to plug the next one in. Okay? And you can see down, here we go. Whoop, opposite. Wait a minute, what's going on? They're exactly the opposite. Okay, to illustrate this point, I put on a couple backwards here to show you. So you can see these are all nice and lined up. You can see that the wires are all nice and straight, fed right through the back of the clip there. See that? And then we come into our new one and we have it plugged in. And we get here, opposite, look. See, look at that. If I clip it in, now look where the wire is. The wire is in the back of the clip. See that? Oh, these are too, because I put them on backwards, see? So what do you do here? You have to like yank it around to get it in. See how it's all twisted? See that? Here's another one, look. It's like a twist. See? They don't go. You have to keep these consistent. Otherwise you're going to end up with that, which is wires behind, and that messes your spacing up. See how the wires go behind? That's because these were put on the opposite way of those. Making a little bit of progress here. Trying to keep organized. A couple more hours to go, I think. Hands are getting a little sore. Not good. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is these are the old C7s that I had. These are the new C9s. You can see the difference in size. These are just old. That's why they got that yellowish look. These are old style. These are probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old or so. These are a newer style. So I don't know a lot about how to tell what a good Christmas light is or anything like that. All I know is these are much, much brighter and they're just newer, so they're gonna have a little bit better technology to them, and you'll see them on my roof. These are super nice. These are much dimmer. I'll show you a comparison. But again, it's not the best kind of comparison because you got 2 different size lights and 2 different like eras of lights, if you will, or 2 different versions, I guess would be the best way to say it. But I'll show you the difference anyway. All right, so there are some C9s. You can see this is a super scientific test here, and then here are the old ones, C7s. I mean, you can definitely see the difference. These don't have that blue look to them, which is what I've always tried to avoid, so we're still good there, but you can definitely see the difference. And again, not just in size, but in, again, these might just be dirty. I don't know, I'm not an electrician guy. This is not the AVE channel, but you can definitely see the difference here in brightness. And that's a good upgrade for me. You know, that kind of looks cool together, doesn't it? Maybe I just bunch these up and throw them on the front lawn and walk away.
Another thing is that while you're going along, just when you put it in, just seat it real nice. That way everything stays straight. Just use your hand to seat it properly. See that? Okay, so we come down around the corner. Now we're just gonna run it right up the roof line. So we're just gonna keep the lights going right up through there, and then we're gonna go around here.
So this definitely, I need to move the spotlights out. I think the trunk looks pretty good though. Maybe need to, I'm still gonna put a wrap around it, but these spotlights are a little too close inside, see, and they don't light up the top of the tree. So I'm just gonna move them a little further down the trunk and shine them up in there, and I think they'll brighten that up just a little bit more. These palms, this is a first for me. These look pretty good actually. I need to put a little more red. I need to go a little higher. There are actually spotlights at the bottom of that. And then definitely at that peak up there, I need to highlight that peak up there and put like a wreath or something. And then we definitely got to do something about this front. It's completely drab. I can't do anything about this palm tree right here because it was damaged so bad. Otherwise, I would definitely be decorating that palm tree up. But it's jacked from the hurricane, so. Look at that, you can't even see that specimen palm way over there on the left. You can't even see any red in it from here. So I need another spot up in there for sure. And then over here is totally dead and dark, so we got a lot to do over there too. We're getting there. We're getting there. As Jake the Lawn Kid would tell me, we need a ground game. That's what we're missing. We're missing a ground game.